Corona, how is it? What does it do to you and to the band, the plans that you have, playing live, and is it?
Yeah. No, this is a real lull, a real awkward situation where we've released a single and we're supposed to be on tour right now. I'm supposed to be in Russia and Siberia, and it's just not happening. And like everyone else on the planet, I don't know when we're supposed to tour, when we're allowed to. It kind of freaks me out that every festival we've got lined up is going to get cancelled. There's some amazing festivals that are going to happen,
Yeah.
which scares me because what does that mean that we could not tour till September time? And there's people in our crew and our team that are all of their income is based on live. That's where they do all of their work, and they can't do anything, and they can't even get any in-house jobs because all the venues are shut down. So they're literally either on their savings or they're struggling. And this is not just our crew. This is every band's crew. It's a real worry. I don't know when it's going to start again. I hope that we can do the summer festivals, and I hope we can start up again in September. But I actually don't feel presently confident about that.
What do you think? How many gigs do you think are being postponed or maybe cancelled for you?
Literally, I'm just waiting to see what happens in the summer. Like, the only things we've got scheduled are the festivals, and Glasgow just got cancelled. We weren't playing that, but there's loads of other big ones like that we were supposed to play, and you just don't know till last minute. They're cancelling them quite late, like Coachella did. So we just our fingers and toes are crossed that they're not going to get cancelled. And then everything else we have booked up, obviously because we're releasing an album. There are things booked up. You have to do it in advance. We don't know if we're going to have to cancel them or push them even further forward. Like, supposed to go to Russia. So are we going to do that at the end of the year now? Are we doing it another point? It's all up in the air until we get, more time has passed with this coronavirus and it gets figured out. And I'm assuming that every single band on the planet is dealing with the same thing, and everyone's going to tour in the same week or same month when it all dies down.
And then is it for you hard income-wise, or are you saying, well, our band is good for this year and we don't have a problem?
It's not, I don't know, it's not that it's easy or hard. We've been quite good with our money, or at least I have for sure. Like, I saved a lot, probably quite tight to be honest. But there's so many other bands, grassroots bands, and all of our crew and stuff that only make their money from live, and it's like, I don't like talking about money, obviously, but like but it comes to them, and then like my family and my friends, and we can't even give them work because we're not going on tour. So that's a real fucking issue, and I think it's bothering me a lot.
And what do you think? You said earlier in the interview something about what the planet is doing. What do you think is the biggest lesson that we are learning right now from Corona?
Yeah, this is something I think about a lot at the moment, and I'm trying to personally myself slow right down and find my inner self a little bit more without sounding too hippie and spiritual. I hate the terms you use to describe it, but there's an element that we all have forgotten, that we are connected in a sense with the planet and with each other. We're all one organism, and that's really important for me to study more in this downtime. And I think the planet has had a kind of awakening in the sense that obviously it's dying, the planet is. And this coronavirus has stopped a lot of traffic, a lot of flights, a lot of pollution. You can see that, especially over China, which was one of the most polluted places on the planet. And I think it's a really important time to slow down and assess that and assess what's important.
What do you think we will learn, or what do you hope we will learn as mankind now from this?
Well, the only thing is, I'd like to think you'd see the ramifications of, like I just said with China and the pollution, and you'd see the benefits that's had, and it makes you wonder if now they'll take more of an interest in climate change as a planet, but also on a real human level. Just the idea that we are all dealing with this together is one of the first things we've all had to deal with together as a planet. And I think that is wonderful, but are people just going to forget that? Are we going to go back to hating each other and religious wars like I saw last week? You know, and it's like, when is that all going to stop, where we all realize we're all dying, all could die from the same virus? We are all literally the same, you know?
What do you think?
I'm a naturally pessimistic person, so I don't hold up much hope that it's going to change anyone's views. I think, I don't know. I think it's just going to go back to how it was. I really do. People are out in the streets doing the same thing now as they were a couple of weeks ago, even though, like, say in the UK, they've been told not to go in public places and bars and restaurants. Like down in my high street, it's absolutely rammed still. It's like it's one big summer holiday. People aren't taking it seriously. So I just believe that, yeah, it's just going to go back to the way it was after, which is really sad. But I don't want to believe that. I want to think that people will care more about each other and more about the planet and the environment. But yeah, what do I know?
Do you stay inside?
Yeah, no, I've had the most boring but good few days. Yeah, I've just been trying to make music and do covers and work out at home. It is pretty boring, but it's all good. It's worth it.
Okay.
Like, you can really slow down. I think people are so distracted and they're so fast paced all the time. You don't actually need to do that much all the time to entertain yourself. There's beauty in pauses and meditation and stuff like that, and that's what I'm really focusing on for myself.
Sounds great.